Hello, I think that's pronounced Tama. Hello, Tama, and welcome to your very first deck review. As this is your first time on the channel, I will explain that this is a less funny, more serious, careful examination of your commander deck and its weird little PP. And since this is your first one, it's probably something pretty normal. Let me just check the primer. Got it. 6-7 joke, 6-9 joke. Fuck you. Okay, wonderful. We're making fun of the fact that I misquoted where the Pan-Galactic Gargle Blaster was from. That's, you know what? That's on me. That's fair. You know what? I saw comments about that and I was like, that's crazy. I said Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and then I watched it back, and to my eyes, I said Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, although maybe not to my own ears. So we're trying to do a lot of damage, and we're using the Prismatic Bridge. I think the first thing I would say, not bracket one. Absolutely not. Um, I mean, God, maybe if you're doing the last deck you sent in, you little rat, the last deck you sent me, you had another thing where it was like, I could win the game, but I'm not going to, in the name of family friendly fun, and I am here to burn your amusement park down. Maybe this plays at bracket one because you are so rigidly adhering to the gimmick of I will not swing anything that cannot deal 42 or 54 damage, because we need to combine the generational funny numbers. I still kind of doubt it, TBH, depending on how many of these things we can get out with Prismatic Bridge, because even if we're like, I'm not going to do damage, at minimum, you end up with a pretty good blocker situation, right? Like, I think we just have to take this straight to the playtest, because I will say, I love the idea. I love the idea. Don't change the idea. Um, I like the prismatic bridge works really well for the space thing. I'm trying to think of like what I'm worried about is that with an honest bracket one deck, you kick them shit straight into the sun. I have seen a prismatic bridge bracket one deck, and that was every creature in the deck has to be a desparked planeswalker, and that deck did not ramp. Right, you're ramping really well. We are getting prismatic bridge down ahead of curve, and so my worry is you go up against like those bracket one decks, or like the feet deck, or like everybody's looking left deck, and go, yeah, hey, swing something at me, dumbass. And like, yeah, it's gonna take you a really long time to be able to swing them because you have to flip the things that make it six. I I really like this gimmick. Um, but I would say from a bracket targeting, I would be more worried about, okay, are there ways we can make this go up to bracket two, because I doubt we're gonna get like a real faithful bracket one deck out of this, because it's like we're doing something that's not totally about winning the game, but it's a very specific number we're trying to get to. You deal 42 damage or 54 damage to somebody, like, you will win the game of Commander. So we're only one step removed from trying to win the game, whereas most bracket one decks are like artsy fartsy, many steps removed. So how do we do here? So we need to get a forest. Oh, we have this, so we don't super need one. I'm gonna get an island, and we draw a forest anyway. I am gonna make you be honest with your lands here. So on turn one, we get to play a forest. On turn two, we get to ramp. On turn three, we get to explosively vegetate all over everybody. I'm going to get a plains, and I'm going to get a mountain so that I can cast this Sephiroth in my hand. So these are going to go in the battlefield tapped. Now it's turn four. We can ramp again and then drop Prismatic Bridge. And this is where I begin to worry about this working effectively as a bracket one deck. I love it as a gimmick. So we go to our next turn, we go to the upkeep, we flip creature or planeswalker. Okay. Oh, beautiful world. We get a damage doubler. So we are part of the way. We are part of the way to 6-7ing people. We we could solve the equation for Isengard Unleashed. I don't think we want to do that this turn. I think I'd probably do one, two, three, uh, four, RMS Titanic, and then oh, actually, I do Isengard Unleashed. Yeah, I do solve the equation for Isengard Unleashed. Now everybody's fucking terrified, and actually, this is the perfect hand to prove why you should not do this in bracket one, because very first playtest this happened. On turn 5, I am going to slam a 42 damage Titanic into somebody. And then we can argue like, oh, they should have removal, like, oh, you should have a response. Not in bracket one. Not in bracket, even in bracket two, people are going to be fucking angry about this shit. And so if the bracket designation that was set on Moxfield is like not actually that important to your heart, then let's just update the semantics. I like this. It's definitely bracket two, and it's definitely a bracket two deck. You would have to clear with the table as saying there's the possibility I kick one of you into space, which is great for Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Um, but we just need to make sure we're clear on that. So we do damage can't be prevented. We're gonna do triple. Oh, but I don't have the red pips. Jesus Christ. But we're gonna flip something as well. So where is a creature? Where is a planeswalker? All right. Okay, so we have double sevens here. We can deal 14. We are a little bit fucketed. And so I think we foretell this and then pass, and on someone else's turn, we life streams blessing. Our biggest thing, 7. So we're gonna gain 14 life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Holy fuck, where is my third red source? Holy shit, next turn. God damn it. I think we can make that work. We go 3 for Gilded Lotus. Now Gilded Lotus can make 3 red. And now we have enough to do Isengard Unleashed. Somebody fucking explodes. So we waited until turn 6. Because we got because our land base is lazy, maybe. Um I still think this is, and we kill 2 players here actually. Right? Because we get, do I have the mana to, let's see, I would need to spend all that mana. And then no. My ways to kill a third player are way too expensive. We're not going to get that. But we have flashback on Isengard. At least we can just do it the next turn and try to win the whole game. We have 2 different ways to deal 42. That's awesome. Can we do that again? Okay, this time we don't really get ramp. We do get a lot of colors, but we don't get ramp, so I'm going to do free mulligan. Still no ramp. I'm going to go down to 6. This is not a deck I would ever allow to take as many mulligans as they wanted. I will keep... what do I want to get rid of? I'm going to get rid of Soulfem. So I want to leave open the possibility of dealing combat damage. So we get a tap land. We get landscape ramp. We get Urza's Cave. I'm not sure what land we want here. Is there just like a... Yeah, hey. We're Urza's caving for Command Tower because we're fucking adults. Turn 4, we're going to drop a swamp. We're going to go get a plains. Yeah, we're going to go to plains. It won't matter for very long because the world tree is going to mana fix us in a second here. Oh, this puts out tap, so I did fuck myself. We could have, whatever, who cares? We could have done this a turn sooner if I had not done the cave play, but we're going to get to Talisman, Asika on turn 5, like fair gamers. Next upkeep, what do we flip out? Is that a creature? No, backside's a creature. Oh joy! We have the Titanic again. I draw. Turn 6, we draw. Can I get 2 red? Yeah, because now all my lands do everything, and so now I have bam, bing bang boom, damage doubler. Next turn, I don't think Guideline Station counts as a creature when we are flipping through our deck. All right, we have another doubler. Ooh, are we in hell now? Can we? Are we ever allowed to deal damage from this point? Do we have to kill? I think we have to, because now we're on 4, which can't get us to 6 and can't get us to 9. Oh, that is annoying. Yeah, I think we have to blow one of our own guys to hell. I think I get rid of Angrath's Marauders because it doesn't fly. So then the question is, am I allowed to do this? I think you should be allowed to do this, and then you volley of boulders and you shoot your own fucking thing because you don't triple my damage, and I need you to triple my damage, or I guess I will lay down and cry. So next turn, okay, we have another 7 that we can't use. What do we draw? We draw Summon Titan. That also doesn't help us. But we get to mill 5. Oh fuck. Well, no, I didn't want Obosh out here anyway. So we mill 5. We go to our next turn. Now we have a non-combat doubler. Okay. So we're fucked again. Okay, I'm going to recommend a significant change in play pattern. I'm not going to recommend a different plan to him. I know I keep doing this to you. I know I keep telling you, like, hey, what if you change the command, or what if you change the entire thing you were trying to do? I don't think you should do that. What I do think you should do is, I still think this is like, this is a very, this to me looks like a very frustrating type of friction for bracket 1. You have not even swung at anybody, but you could, right? At any turn, you could fucking delete delete a player, gain a ton of advantage, just auto win. And I trust you on a personal level to not do that. That is oftentimes, it can be very, very unsatisfying for people. More importantly, we do have the potential of, like, I blow you out and I win the game on like turn 5 or something. And so what I think we should do here is, I think you should go to, like, commit to bracket 2, and you should open yourself up to playing things that could tutor for the right piece of the puzzle, so you can be more aggressively proactive about 6-7ing or 6-9ing. Like, I think it's still an incredibly funny gimmick, and, like, quite frankly, Asika Prismatic Bridge is normally a, like, warrior mindset. If you build this deck, it's always going to be fucked up type of commander, and so bringing it down to bracket 2 in the first place is already going to be kind of a hurdle. And if we're not which I'm assuming this is the gimmick, if we're not attacking with anything that can't, like, if we're refusing to do any damage until we can hit the 6-7. Sorry, I haven't been doing the hand motion. Or the 6-9. That's not the right hand motion. Then I don't think we need everything in the deck to do, to, like, have the right number on it, because we've already accepted that it's not going to have that with all of this ramp. I think if you want to make a more honest attempt at it being true bracket 1, I would cut everything that does not have, that is not part of the 6-7-9 ladder, and leave yourself at the mercy of land drops. That will at least make you definitely slow enough that you will that people will not be as upset in bracket 1. But if you want to be able to ramp and have, and, like, feel like you are proactively moving towards the 6-7 game plan, I would start um, moving on shit like Moonblessed Cleric. I wonder if, can Fierce Empath do anything for us here? I think we're just going to be looking at, like, every tutor that's on a creature card, mana value 6 or greater. That can get Angrath's Marauders. Can we get, I don't think we have a doubler at 6 or greater, though, so it really only hits Angrath's Marauders. It could hit Tyrant's Familiar. We could hit Carnage Tyrant if that's what we need, but we probably need Angrass Marauders. And more importantly than Angrass Marauders, we really, really need ways to find enchantments because we only or enchantments and or sorceries, right? Because our only paths to tripling are Isengard Unleashed, Fiery Emancipation, and City on Fire. Two of those are enchantments. One of those is a sorcery. So I think if we did like Protect Tutor, Oracle, Sorcery. Spellseeker's not gonna do it for us. I mean, damn, you could do Sanar. Bro has it on a body, and bro is not a good card. But he is better to because I think what's making this feel the only play pattern that makes this feel bracket one is I hit one doubler, I hit another doubler, and now I have to blow up my own doubler or I am fucked out of the game. Which I do think makes I was wondering about why we were so heavy on like instants or sorcerers. I was like, there has to be more ways to or more creatures that have like 7 in their power that are useful. But I do want to give you credit for this. This is a very very cute way, not that one. Very very cute way to blow up our bad doublers when we have 2 of them. So kudos to you for that. I really really think you should be we should be fucking this up with tutors of some kind. So let's see. Fierce Empath can get some of the things we need. I don't think a power 2 or less. Oh no, power 2 or less. I think gets Moonblessed, right? Moonblessed is a 2/3. No, they're a 3/2. Fuck. But I think the other version of this, the white version of this, will get them. Okay, Recruiter of the Guard will get them. There's not equipments we need. Fauna Shaman and Formidable Speaker would both do the trick. Hoarding Broodlord would be very fucking funny, but it would do the trick. Putting stuff in our graveyard doesn't matter. We talked about Moonblessed Cleric. Varragoth would be good. You really only need to boast. Oh no, we can't attack with. Yeah. Okay, we can't attack with them, so Varragoth is out. You could Razaketh. I don't think Trinket or Tribute Mage are very important to you. About Trophy Mage? Any artifacts on 3 that would do anything for us? I don't think so, unless we want like if you want to do like total crackhead, how many different lines can I have? We could Trinket Mage for Vexing Puzzle or Trophy Mage for Vexing Puzzle Box and use that as a mana rock that is also getting us to. Oh wait, this is artifact card on the battlefield. Fuck me, dude. Do we have any of these that matter? Then we have Inquisitor's Flail. I think I flipped past a planar bridge. That's a real MacGruber-esque number of steps involved, but hey, it gets there. They're an enchantment 3 or less, I think fucks us on the enchantment guy. Yeah, so we're not gonna do Zur. Could we be Drift of Phantasm? We don't really like Drift of Phantasms though, because we want it to be good if our commander flops it out. Okay, Elvish Harbinger can put an elf on top of our library. Do we have any? Moonblessed Cleric is an elf, baby. So this would be my very earnest recommendation to you. I think this plan is awesome. I think the commander is good for it. I think it is way too good for bracket 1 half the time, and then half the time you're right at home, but you are locked in a glass cage of emotion. And I really don't like it when decks are locked in a glass cage of emotion. I think this has enough potential, and I think bracket 2 tables are also silly enough to support the idea of, oh, I have a really dumb heavenly restriction on my deck, and I think it'll be great. But I would definitely begin making swaps to try to build these build these ladders of how can I tutor an enchantment? How can I tutor an enchantment? Because like so much of your game is not even so much, all of your fucking game, all of your fucking game requires you to find a tripler. Because we can't, like a lot of the other burn players, they can go, fuck, if I don't find the tripler, I can find the doubler, then we can put a double on that. It's like KFC, baby, don't you understand? And we can't do that. We have to find 3 very specific cards to be allowed to do anything, I believe. Like, let me just check the math at the end so I don't have to make another apology video, right? Because if we basic arithmetic, I'm so nervous about it now, right? We do double double. Our sevens are dealing 28. Doubling that again doesn't get us there. There's no world in which that gets us to 9. There's not a world in which adding in like things that modify the damage by 1 really help, unless we want to get no, that definitely makes it worse, not better. Yeah, okay. So I'm pretty aggressively on you should get things that tutor for anything. So you can find Isengard Unleashed, or one of these enchantments, or you get things that tutor enchantments so that you can find your tripler. And then once you find your tripler, I have decent faith that your commander is going to find your doubler for you relatively quickly. Maybe you hit another tutor and you find the doubler, and then you have something that you can do a little bit more active, right? I would also recommend, in keeping with the bit, if we're going to go up to bracket 2, we might want, a little bit of interaction. Is there a way to look up creature power? I have one in mind, but the only one I have in mind is fucking Armagon, because he has 9 and he has 6. He's hitting the bit on multiple levels. Please, please, please play him. Stats power equal to 9. We're in all 5 colors. OTEC removal. Do you do anything good? Clive can flip to 9. And wheels, but I don't know if our devotion to red is going to be that good. Pathraiser of Ulamog would be another good 9. Summon Bahamut would be another good 9. Terastodon would be a really good 9. Takama could be a really good 9. And these are all things that I think are mostly to how do we open up your utility and flexibility in the world of we're going to move into bracket 2, and I might need to respond to something once upon a time. On death, creatures with flying. I kind of don't love it, but kind of. Jesus, no, don't do that. Jesus, no. I think Kogo's pretty hot. Get rid of a creature, and then if we're ever able to, and hey, 7/6. Come on, dude, please, I'm begging you. I want this to work. Yeah, fuck Novoblast Worm. Hero the Volatile kind of funny. Hero the Volatile kind of gotta like that. But it's not great as interaction. You could get away with Realm Cloak Giant if we are really reaching for true effectiveness, but that's what I would be reaching for. So I would just be looking for like, how can I put my like my get a tutor package, and then how can I put some form of interaction onto my 6/7 and 6/9 packages, and then you can go up and play in bracket 3, and it can be a really funny, goofy time, and you can play against real decks, which I think would be a better environment for this type of gimmick, which is clearly trying to win the game, but it is trying to win the game in a very, very specific. So if anybody in the comments has any suggestions, things I've missed, please let me know. Otherwise, I wish you the best, and I do hope this helps.